Good day, everyone. I am Ma'am Jackie Bautista, and today we're going to talk about something super important, something that keeps you alive and well without you even noticing it. It's called homeostasis. And the title of my presentation is Homeostasis, Maintaining Balance in the Human Body. So excited na ba kayong matuto? Come on, let's start. So first, let's talk about what we need to achieve today. So ayon sa ating learning competency, you should be able to describe homeostasis as a state of balance across all body systems. So kailangan ito para mabuhay at gumana ng maayos yung ating katawan. Its key indicators are body temperature, glucose level, and blood pressure. So for our specific objectives, let's start with the knowledge objective. It is for you to define homeostasis as a state of balance essential for human survival and proper body function. And for your skills objective, you will be able to identify and describe key indicators of homeostasis, such as body temperature, glucose level, and blood pressure. Now, bago tayo magsimula sa ating discussion, magkamustahan muna tayo. So class, show me your fist to 5 hand signs. 5 kung punong-punong kayo ng energy. 3 kung sapat lang. And then 1 kung medyo inaantok pa. Don't you worry, walang judgment dito, no? Physically, check natin ang energy level ng bawat isa. So, ayan, thank you. Whatever you show is fine. Ang mahalaga ay nandito kayo at handang sumali. Right? Salamat. So let's review muna some body systems that work together for balance. So there are systems involved in maintaining homeostasis. So we have the nervous and the endocrine systems. So ano ang involvement ng dalawang to in maintaining homeostasis? So basically, they control how the body responds to changes, regulate hormones, and make sure all organs coordinate well. So aside from these two, we also have the circulatory and excretory systems. So paano naman to konektado or ano naman ang role ng dalawang to in maintaining homeostasis? So they carry nutrients and oxygen to all parts of the body, remove waste materials, and keep the right amount of fluid sa loob ng katawan natin. So let me ask you this question. What happens when you overheat? So, imagine natin tong scenario na to, no? Halimbawa, sobrang init ng panahon and you've been playing or walking outside for a long time. Tapos ramdam mo yung init, syempre, di ba? Ramdam mong umiinit yung katawan mo. So, isipin niyo saglit, ano kaya ang nangyayari sa loob ng katawan ninyo para hindi kayo masaktan? Okay? So, ito yung mga possible answers dyan. Una, pagpapawisan kayo. Sweat comes out of your skin to cool you down. Tapos, umiinit yung pakiramdam nyo. Then, your body makes more sweat to lower the heat. What else? Your blood vessels, no, lumalaki o lumalawak near your skin, so heat can escape easily. You feel thirsty also because your body tells you to drink water because you lose too much liquid, di ba? Then your heart beats a little faster para maipadaloy agad ang dugo and bring heat out to your skin. Makakaramdam din kayo ng pagod and you want to rest. Why? Because your body slows down so you don't make more heat. Ano pa? Your skin turns red because more blood flows near the surface to release extra heat. So remember that when your body gets too hot, your brain, specifically the hypothalamus, it detects the rise in temperature right away, no? Then sweat glands release sweat. Then when it evaporates from your skin, it takes heat away with it. 'Di ba parang ang lamig pagkatapos ng pagpawisan, no? Then your blood vessels widen, which means more warm blood flows close to your skin, so heat can go out into the air. You feel thirsty and want to rest. Kasi this helps your body save water and stop making extra heat from moving too much. And all of this happen automatically. You don't even have to think about it, no? Now, what is homeostasis anyway? Homeostasis, it is the body's process of keeping a stable internal environment kahit ano pa ang mangyari sa labas. So isipin nyo na parang thermostat ng aircon o electric fan na kapag sobrang init, papalamigin. Then kapag sobrang lamig, paiinitin. Ganon din yung ating katawan, no? It constantly checks and adjusts temperature, sugar levels, and blood pressure para manatiling balanse ang lahat. Now, why is homeostasis important? Bakit ba napakahalaga niyan? No? Let's think about it. What if your body temperature becomes so high or so low? Then paano naman kung ang blood sugar ninyo ay biglang tumaas o mababa ng husto? At bakit kailangang laging nasa tamang range yung mga yan para mabuhay tayo ng maayos? So this is the answer. Homeostasis is critical because all our cells and organs only work properly within a very narrow range of conditions. So, if body temperature goes too high, pag sobrang taas ng body temperature, what will happen is that proteins and enzymes stop working. Then, apektado ka dun. Maapektuhan ka. Why? Kasi you may get heat exhaustion, heat stroke, or even damage your brain and organs. Tapos, kapag yung body temperature naman natin ay nag-drop, sobrang baba, no? Nag, ah, drops too low, ang mangyayari naman is that your metabolism slows down. At pag bumagal yung metabolism mo, syempre, manghihina ka. You will shiver uncontrollably and your heart and brain may fail, no? Now, paano naman kapag yung blood glucose mo masyadong mataas? O ang madadamage naman dyan, blood vessels, eyes, kidneys, and nerves over time, kagaya sa mga may diabetes, no? Then if blood glucose is too low naman, your brain runs out of fuel. Tapos, mararamdaman mo, mahihilo ka, shaky, confused, or worse, mag-pass out ka pa, no? So, anong ibig sabihin yan? Ibig sabihin, without homeostasis, our body cannot function normally and we cannot survive. Okay? Now, homeostasis has three indicators. So, the first indicator is the body temperature. The hypothalamus in our brain acts as our body's thermostat. Ito yung nakakaalam kapag nagbago ang init o lamig, tapos siya rin yung magpapadala agad-agad ng utos para mabalik yan sa tama. Now, ang normal range nito ay 36.5 degrees Celsius to 37.5 degrees Celsius. Na kapag lumabas tayo sa range na yan, hindi nagagana ng maayos yung ating mga cells at ating mga organs. So, paano ito ginagawa? How is the regulation mechanism of this body temperature, of our body temperature? So, ganito yon. Kapag mainit, pinapawisan tayo para lumabas yung init. No? Kapag naman malamig, nanginginig tayo, di ba? Nanginginig tayo para makabuo ng init. Tapos lumalaki o sumisikip din yung mga ugat para kontrolin yung daloy ng init, no? Okay, next, we have blood glucose level. So, ano naman yung blood glucose level? Ito yung dami ng sugar sa ating dugo. Okay? And yung organ na responsible para sa blood glucose level is the pancreas. So, the pancreas produces two important hormones. What are those? Insulin and glucagon. Si insulin yung nagpapababa ng blood sugar, whereas si glucagon naman ang nagpapataas niyan, no? Sila yung nagtutulungan para ma-maintain or manatiling tama yung level ng blood sugar natin or ng blood glucose natin. So, a healthy blood sugar is as between 70 to 110 milligrams per deciliter, no? Nakagaya ng body temperature. Kapag nawala tayo diyan sa range na 'yan, magkakaroon na ng sugar or blood glucose imbalance. So, paano naman natin mame-maintain yung blood glucose level natin? Bago natin mame-maintain na balance yung ating blood glucose level. So, ganito yung nangyayari, no? After we eat, insulin is released para ma-absorb ng cells natin ang sugar, no? Kapag matagal na tayong hindi kumain, ito naman si glucagon, it brings sugar back to normal. Okay? And then the last indicator is the blood pressure. Ano naman ang blood pressure? Ito yung lakas ng tulak ng blood sa ating mga ugat. And blood pressure has key players. Okay? So, ano yung mga key players in regulation ng blood pressure natin? We have the heart, blood vessels, kidneys, and hormones like adrenaline. So, itong mga to, they work together to control our blood pressure. Now, the normal blood pressure is about 120 over 80 millimeters of mercury. So, kapag lumabis o bumaba dyan, kikilos agad ang katawan para ibalik ito sa tama. So, paano naman yung regulation mechanism ng blood sugar? Meron tayong tinatawag na short term and long term. For short term, here, the nervous system adjusts heart rate. While the long term, here, kidneys regulate fluid and hormones para manatiling stable ang pressure. Okay? Now that we already understand what homeostasis is, let's see how our body maintains balance in different real-life situations. So for this slide, we will have an activity challenge called Homeostasis Rescue Challenge. So ganito lang gawin na ang gagawin, no? You just imagine that you are part of the human body emergency response team and you are assigned to investigate patients experiencing problems with one of the three indicators of homeostasis: body temperature, blood glucose, and blood pressure. Then your mission is to identify what happened to your patient and explain how the body restores its normal condition. So magbibigay ako ng four different scenario or four different station. So you have to read the scenario carefully because each one represents a real life situation that can happen to anyone. Then after that, you are going to answer the guide questions that follow. So ano yung mga guide questions na yon? So you need to determine first what homeostatic indicator is affected. Next, is it above or below the normal level? Third, how does the body respond to correct the imbalance? And then last is, what healthy advice can you give to your patient? Okay? So let's start with the first situation. Situation number one. Let me read this. Miguel played basketball under the hot sun for 2 hours. He feels dizzy. His face is red, and he is sweating heavily. So question number 1, which indicator do you think is affected? Alright, so it's the body temperature. Now, is it above or below normal? Of course, it's above normal, higher than about 37 degrees Celsius, no? Kasi nga, nabilad siya sa init. Now, what body responses occur? So, syempre, ayan na, nahilo na siya, namula yung mukha niya, tapos pinagpawisan siya ng todo. Ano ngayon yung body responses or ano yung naging response ng body niya, no? Alright, so eto yun. So, syempre, kapag tumaas ang body temperature, nade-detect ito ng hypothalamus sa brain. Tapos, nagsisend ito ng signal sa sweat glands para mag-produce ng sweat at pinapalawak ang blood vessels malapit sa skin. No? Then, dahil dyan, nailalabas ang init ng katawan tapos unti-unting bumabalik ang body temperature sa normal. Okay? Now, what should Miguel do? No? Anong maia-advise mo kay Miguel na dapat niyang gawin sa ganyong sitwasyon niya? So of course, pumunta sa isang cool or shaded place, drink plenty of water, mag-rest muna, at wear light clothing para matulungan ang body na bumalik sa normal na temperature. Okay? Next situation. Situation number 2. Anna stayed inside an air-conditioned room wearing wet clothes after swimming. Then she starts shivering. So which indicator change? Ano ang nabagong indicator? Again, it's the body temperature. Now, why is she shivering? Bakit siya nangangatog? No? Okay, so ganito yon. Bumaba ang body temperature niya below normal, kaya nag-start siyang mag-shiver. Tandaan, ang shivering ay automatic response ng body para makapag-produce ng heat at maibalik ang normal body temperature. No? Now, how does the body help restore normal temperature? No, paano maibabalik sa normal temperature yung katawan sa ganong sitwasyon? So kapag bumaba ang body temperature, kagaya dun kapag tumataas ang body temperature natin, no, nade-detect yan ni hypothalamus. Tapos, nag-start ang body na mag-shiver at nagko-constrict ang blood vessels para mabawasan ang heat loss, tapos maibalik ang normal body temperature. Now, what should she do? Ano ang dapat gawin ni Ana sa ganong sitwasyon? So, of course, patuyuin agad ang katawan, magsuot ng warm clothes, uminom ng warm drink kung available, tapos manatili sa warm place para makatulong na maibalik ang normal body temperature. Next, situation number 3. After attending a birthday party, Carlo ate several slices of cake, drank soft drinks, and ate candies. Now, which indicator increased? Correct. It's blood glucose or blood sugar. So, which organ and hormone respond? Of course, it's the pancreas, kagaya ng na-mention natin kanina, no? And then the hormone na na-release or na-produce ni pancreas is of course the insulin, no? Okay. Now, how does the body return to normal? So, sabi nga natin kanina, di ba? So, kapag mataas ang blood glucose, nagre-release ang pancreas ng insulin. Tinutulungan ng insulin ang body cells na gamitin ng glucose for energy. Habang yung sobrang glucose ay ini-store bilang glycogen sa liver at muscles hanggang bumalik sa normal ang blood glucose level. Okay? Now, what healthy advice can you give? Syempre, limitahan ang pagkain ng sweets, drink water instead of sugary drinks, mag-exercise regularly at kumain ng balanced meals na may fruits and vegetables para mapanatiling normal ang blood glucose level. No? Alright, and for our last situation number 4. After becoming angry during an argument, John notices his heart beating rapidly and his blood pressure rises. So which indicator change? O ano yung indicator na nagbago? Correct, it's the blood pressure. And what caused the increase in blood pressure? Nakita niyo naman dun sa situation, no? Emotional stress and anger activated the fight or flight response. The heart pumped faster, increasing blood pressure. So how does the body eventually calm itself? So kapag humupa na ang stress o galit, yung parasympathetic nervous system ang tumutulong na pabagalin ang heart rate at i-relax ang blood vessels. Dahil diyan, unti-unting babalik sa normal na yung blood pressure natin, no? Okay. Now, what lifestyle habits prevent high blood pressure? O yan, mag-exercise regularly, kumain ng healthy foods na low in salt, get enough sleep, manage stress, at iwasan ang paninigarilyo at sobrang pag-inom ng alak para mapanatiling normal ang blood pressure. Okay? So, tandaan ninyo, hindi hiwa-hiwalay ang trabaho nila. Yung temperature, glucose, and blood pressure, they are all connected, no? The nervous, endocrine, and circulatory systems work as one team. So kapag may nagbago sa isa, aayusin din ng iba para mapanatiling balanse ang buong katawan natin. So to wrap up, again, homeostasis keeps our internal environment stable. Kailangan to para sa ating kalusugan at buhay. Ginagawa ito sa pamamagitan ng pagpapawis, hormones at pag-ayos ng tibok ng puso. So the key indicators are body temperature, blood glucose, and blood pressure. So lahat ng sistema ng katawan ay nagtutulungan para mapanatili ang balancing ito. Okay? So may mga tanong? Any question po? Alright? So I hope meron kayong natutunan sa ating video lesson. So maraming salamat. Okay? And have a nice day, everyone.